Hey, this is Dan and Rachel coming to you live, except this is recorded.
It's kind of live.
I mean, we're live,
We are alive.
so it is live.
But not
it's
live,
not really
live.
It's like fake live.
It's live right now.
It's flive.
Is it like Fiverr?
We're coming to you flive, straight from the heart of the Disney Kingdom, Orlando, Florida. And we're coming to you flive because our live webinar had audio problems because our fine friends at anymeeting.com decided to put together an inferior product.
I might go buy flive.com.
You could, but you should probably wait till later because you don't want to do it live. You want to do it after the fact. Alright, so here we are, Blog and Concentrated, one of our free weekly mastermind webinars, and today we're going to talk about the awesomeness of animated graphics. Look at that. That's just awesome. I mean, there's majesty there. There's movement. It's not really a movie, but it's a continuous loop. So I kind of wanted to start here because, as we said in our really live webinar, that there's a problem with GIFs. They just seem so cheesy.
Yes, they have.
This is where I pause and you come
I
in.
was supposed to. Well, I thought you explained that they seem cheesy. I'm not sure what else I could add to the fact that
It's
for a long time they've seemed cheesy.
Like people would take pictures of their kids falling down on a lawn chair or something, and they would put it on Reddit or Buzzfeed, or there would be a hose spraying in someone's face.
The example that you're using of mine is of a child.
Oh, is that? Are we using your example?
How lame is that? This blogger used her son falling down in a lawn chair.
But yours is different.
Try to redeem this.
It has some sort of artistic quality. I mean, it's black and white. It's not like he's falling in a bucket that his grandma was sitting on.
All right.
I mean, it has, and we'll show it. It's got value. So this one is considered a, what do they call it? A cinemagraph.
Cinemagraph.
And that is that was coined recently, and that is taking a picture that can stand on its own, that has so much beauty and majesty, and then adding one thing to it, one dimension of life to it. So this is the first example that I like. And then the second, here's another one, and you can see this is two dimensions. This is dimension of light, and I still don't remember what that's called. I know it's a projector, but isn't there a name for a two-reel projector? Anyway.
A two-reel projector.
So you can see the movement on the projector. Fantastic. And I think in Free Weekly Mastermind we actually showed a tomato.
We did, with water.
With a water droplet coming down. Which was cool. The water, in fact I can show it here. You can just see that this one dimension. Water drops right off of it. And it's still an image, a still image. But it's really a series of images that are kind of squished together.
That one is so cool.
In a sequence called a GIF. Although some people call it a GIF. But
it's like tomato.
I guess. The founder of GIFs called it a GIF, but everyone else thinks it's a GIF. Because GIF starts with a J.
We call it GIF.
Yeah, it seems so much easier. So, some bloggers, like this one here, who we all know and love. Now, tell us about this particular thing, since you're not distracted.
Okay, this was a series that I had done, 2-3 years ago now, and it was 10 days of intentional parenting, and every day people came to my site and they read a journal page or they read an article, and then I linked to a journal page, and I realized that I needed to add an element of surprise, kind of like what Aileen talks about. I needed to do something where there was a moment where they would stop and look at what I was sharing with them, or they would pause. So on day 5, I decided to add a GIF, and this was before they became popular as much. And this was also a GIF of my son falling down in a chair.
So here we have 10-day blog post series, and you should know that in very short order we're putting together an ebook on how to create a good blog post series.
And in fact, this will be an ebook soon.
So here we've got some great imagery to add to the text. Sometimes the text actually adds to the imagery. And then, lo and behold, as you get down here, there's a animated graphic that just adds whimsy, adds character to the whole thing. And your readers liked it, right?
Well, they loved it. They liked it because it just kind of shared this element of what I was talking about for that day. I was just talking about the moments in our lives that make a difference, and that was super fun for Caleb, this falling backwards in the chair. And I could describe it, but rather than that, we took a series of, I think it was 8 to 10 pictures, and we just put them together in this quick little GIF.
Wait, so was this a movie to start with?
Nope, it was all pictures, a bunch of pictures taken in rapid succession of him falling.
Was it recreated?
I don't know exactly how it was done. My daughter Hannah.
Because I can't imagine that you did that. A rapid succession of pictures, and then he accidentally fell during it.
Well, or else he was thinking it was funny because that was a chair that was really, if I remember correctly, it was one of those kids' chairs that says they're sturdy, but it's not. And so he decided to lean back, and I don't know. It looks like he was picking at something on the ground, or I don't know. It was just funny. It was just a moment that was captured that brought it to life in a different way than video does.
Now, Bella uses animated graphics in her blog posts, and you can see she doesn't use hers to add color to the commentary, but more to add a visual clue to what she's talking about. I think it's neat.
I think it's cool.
It's not for everybody, but I think it's neat.
But you could translate that so well with like cooking, with cupcakes, like decorating. I mean, there's so many ways you could translate doing this.
You know, I bet you sponsors just love it. Seeing it in action, it's just cool. So we're going to show you some easy ways to make GIFs or animated graphics or cinemagraphs. So the first one, I guess I'm showing this first because it's so darn easy. I found this video, which is just a guy showing you how to make those fancy designs.
I don't know how they drink it after that.
So wait, what is he putting in there?
That's like the frothed milk.
How do you make that?
You have a steamer that's on the side of the espresso machine that froths the milk at a high temperature, so it's kind of just...
So he's being very careful to make a circle.
Yes.
And then what is he doing? Oh, a chocolate border?
It looks like it. I'm kind of thirsty for coffee now.
And then, alright, we'll get on with the movie, don't worry.
That's so cool.
That is pretty cool. And it's a video, and it took the video, and anybody can take videos and put them on YouTube. I'm sure you're familiar with this. So, here we have a video. I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to copy that URL. And then I'm going to go over here to Gicker.
Gicker.
I'm going to laugh every time.
It's like Flickr, it's Gicker.
It's not Jiffer. It's Gicker.
Which probably leads, or is
Maybe
it
it's Jicker?
That just sounds wrong.
It's Jicker. So here, now when I came here, I see this button from YouTube. I clicked on that before you arrived. So before, it didn't say from YouTube. It just said Jicker. So then I clicked the button, and in here it asks you to put the URL, which I took from the coffee video. You could take this from one of your videos. And then 25 frames, that's good. 200 pixels wide, and if we continue,
this is cool.
You can see it's continuing, and it's preparing our animation.
You're supposed to wait, please.
Now that was hard, wasn't it? I mean, we did have to copy and paste the URL.
That took a little bit of work.
So you can see, instantly, we have made a GIF out of the video.
That's cool.
So, at the very minimum, if you would like to make an animated graphic, and let's just say, I'm going to use this example later, but what was another one that they had on this screen? So at SoFabCon, which we went to recently, one of the bloggers was showing how they use GIFs to help promote their sponsors, she had a coffee mug that had a face on it. And in the bottom of the coffee mug, it was actually an irregular shaped coffee mug, and then it had a mouth in the bottom, like an actual hole in the bottom of the coffee cup. But it was more like a pocket where you would set a cookie inside the cup as you were carrying it around. It would have a cookie in it. Can you picture that concept?
Can I? Yes. No. I saw the video.
Oh, you did?
Yes. It's cool.
So then she put a cookie on the table, and she took like stop-action photos. Or no, did she take a movie? She might have taken a movie. Who knows? But she took stop-action photos of the mug with the mouth on it and the face moving closer and closer to the cookie until it started to eat the cookie. Or, as you would know, she put half the cookie in its mouth, and she put a quarter of the cookie in its mouth, and she put an eighth of the cookie in its mouth, just taking pictures each time and turned it into a GIF. And you could do that with a video. So this one, Gickr, whatever, Gickr, is a great way to take a simple YouTube video and turn it into a GIF. Another way is Lugix, or Lugix, or Luogix,
or
Lugix. Lugix. I don't know what it is. So here, this is kind of the opposite of Gickr. Instead of loading up a video, you load up a picture. Where did I delete the pictures? Can you open the trash? There it is. Oh, wait.
Can you just upload them all quickly?
There. You know what? Let's just move them back. Move them back. Alright.
Oh, you have to choose them individually.
In this particular one, we choose one.
I think you should just do the 4. I feel like the last one
Oh, yeah.
doesn't add as much.
And it was not even the right... It didn't go with it.
It did not. So I think you should just do 4. I'm going to be bossy.
Alright, so there we go. I found 4. 300 pixels wide, normal speed. Generate. This is the worst button.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't even feel like a button. But it's a clever little ad.
Cheapest stock photos.
Right above that button.
I bet you that's against the terms of service right there.
I'm guessing so too.
Well, so there. Look at that. Straight from my computer desktop. Turned an amazing arm wrestling match, which I clearly dominated.
Wow, yeah, I can see that.
Yes. Into a quick...
Especially this last frame right about now looks like
yes.
Total domination.
Well, sometimes you have to make your friends look and feel good when they're with others. Sometimes you have to pretend like you're not as strong as them, even if they are champion football players.
I arm wrestled you as well, and I clearly lost.
Yes. This is not going well. Yes. Oh, that was the bad one. Okay, so gifmaker.me, another very simple one. All I did was press the upload images button, and this one I actually uploaded them all at once.
Oh, you did?
Not one at a time.
That's cool.
Loaded up all 5, and then instantly, I didn't have to press anything. This
Can you control the speed now?
I believe you can.
Oh, and you could add music.
It is so fast.
You could add music.
Oh, I see what this is. This is how many milliseconds, does each frame rest.
That's cool.
So the higher the speed, the slower it is. Because now this picture is supposed to be there for 3,600 milliseconds before it goes on to the next one. And if you lower it, now this picture is only there for 300 milliseconds.
I tend to like it at a faster speed with something like this.
Yes. It might be too fast.
Might be too fast.
And that's too slow.
So somewhere in between.
So that one's really simple. Then you press create and you're done. And it looks like you can even put in a URL of
what would you choose?
Dave Matthews tune. I don't know why you would need 3 seconds of any music, but I guess you could have longer ones. So, and I'm just throwing this in there, but and the reason I thought of this was because over here, you're just loading up 5 images, or as many as you want really, and they turn it into this little GIF. Over at Animoto, you load up 5 images, 14 images, 13 images, and it turns it into a full-fledged movie. Same concept of just loading up some images and getting a result.
Well, it's kind of like what you talked about with Vine, like the video that we put in through the Mastermind.
Yeah, and here they actually load up a combination of little images and little videos. Animoto is great.
If something should come
Yeah, I like it
between
too.
us, I promise I will stay.
So let's just say you go to you're photographing coffee, like that coffee art.
Mm-hmm.
You go to some barista's restaurant, and
Like Starbucks?
yeah, and you photograph the guy doing all kinds of what do you call that? Just coffee art?
Yes, coffee art.
Get some video. Then you come home. You could make GIFs. You could make Animoto videos. You could make still pictures.
You could do a lot with it.
Yeah, just having this technology at your fingertips now that you see how simple it is should open up your eyes a little bit to
Well, I think
some
too, 'cause
possibilities.
You can just do the video, and you can even pull out that, like in the first examples. It's super easy.
Now, I was going to show GIMP, and you were going to show Photoshop.
Yes.
But we're talking about the same result as using gifmaker.me or Gicker.
Or
Gicker. But a lot more work.
Yes. We could maybe do them in the little tutorials that we do.
So we might do that separately. But I will say that I did learn that in order to make GIFs on GIMP, which is what I use, and Rachel uses Photoshop, you have to get this little download called Using Gap. And that helps you direct how they transition from one image to the next.
Well, you have more control over it with GIMP and Photoshop. You can set some of the transitions smaller and longer. There's a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah, ooh, look at that. They accept Bitcoin. Cool. So, and then, was this the last one? Oh, this is Make a GIF. So, this is just like all the others, but everything in once. So, you could add pictures, you could pull from YouTube, you could load up a webcam, or, you could use your webcam on your computer, you could load up a video. All of those things you could do in one spot at makeagif.com.
That's a good name for that one. It's easy.
Much better than Gicker.
Or Lugic?
Gicker. Who comes up with these names?
I
Is that
don't
like
know.
the only
But don't
letters?
remember we talked like Zappos. No one argues about that. So maybe they're going for that.
Zappos.
Yeah.
Gicker.
Lugics. Was
Come on,
that the other one?
Zappos has got some...
Yeah, but don't you think in the beginning someone was doing some screen share video and said, "Who came up with this name?"
Gicker?
It's bad.
Or
Gicker.
All right, well, we hope that helps you see how to make animated graphics and give you some idea of... Now, this one, these up here that are cinemagraphs, you're going to have to use something like Photoshop or GIMP to make this work.
You would definitely need to use Photoshop. That would be a bunch of pictures taken.
So this is basically one picture. I mean, this is a movie, really, right?
It's pretty much.
I mean, this is a still image, but it's clearly a GIF because it loops. And if you look right here, you can see water forming on there, and then you can see right when it changes to the loop. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't notice that. Oh yeah, right there, that little pause.
It fills up right there, and then. So in this one, you take what? I think they actually cut the water out. And
Oh, you do?
That becomes the GIF on top of the still image. I think that's the same thing with this.
Yes, I agree on that.
They cut the bird out, and all this background stuff, and then this is over the top of it. Because the snow is the loop.
Yeah, it's cool how it's layered behind the bird too.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Or so you think.
Yeah, I was trying to think maybe it's not. Maybe it's all
Yeah,
in
maybe
front.
it blends right in.
I wonder how many are in that
That one too.
series.
So anyway, we hope you can move forward. Now, one of the great benefits of being able to use this technology is, as if you can call it technology, is places like Reddit, Buzzfeed, and Imgur, where you really couldn't get a foothold. You'll be able to get a lot more traction because the people just there just eat up animated graphics all the time. So stick your still picture on Pinterest and then stick your anime graphic on Reddit, Buzzfeed, and Imgur.
Yeah, it's a cool asset.
And then tell your sponsor how much more attention they're getting because you've learned how to do animated graphics. Anyway, that's tonight's call. Look forward to talking to you guys soon.